Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun, bringing you the first episode of the program for this month. Well, this week is all about the much anticipated red rail line infrastructure. President Bola Tinubu has inaugurated the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Red Line delivered by the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to give urban commuters a new transport option within the nation's economic capital. Now, the Intra-City Metro line is the second sub-national rail infrastructure to be completed by the state government within the space of 1 year. Take a look.
We have two rail projects that were promised Lagosians, the Red Line and the Blue Line. And we believe that the operational initiative of these two will come to fruition before the end of our first year tenure in office. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure, a rare privilege and honor to perform the groundbreaking ceremony of the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Red Line project.
The journey towards the construction of the Red Line Metro project kicked off on the 15th of April 2021 during the first tenure of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
From Marina to Agado, that will be implemented in phases.
3 years down the line, phase 1 of the 37 kilometers rail route, supervised by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, is completed and ready for use. The actualization of the second rail mass transit by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has brought some of his counterparts from Ogun, Ekiti, Kwara, Kogi, Borno, Imo, as well as other personalities to Lagos to join President Bola Tinubu in launching a transportation project so dear to him. He then proceeds to the auditorium for the main event, where he was well received by the people.
General politician, Mr. President, you are welcome, sir.
The State Deputy Governor, Kadri Hamzat, takes the stage, highlighting the benefits of rail transport system, particularly since the Blue Line commenced operation last year.
On January 13, 2002, the bill establishing the Lagos Metropolitan Transport Authority, LAMATA, was signed into law by, well, there is no prize for guessing who, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, who then was the governor of our dear state of Lagos. He then went further to start the process of actualizing that bill, using what was then referred to as the Lagos Urban Transport Policy. And finally, by December 2nd, 2003, LAMATA was formally launched and properly populated. I can confidently say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that the commissioning of this impactful and landscape-enhancing transportation project would not have been possible if not for that vision. Mr. President, thank you very much. And due to the beauty of the ingenious Lagos School of Governance, which not only breeds ideas, but also connects people. Successive administrations, that of Babatunde Fashola and Akinwumi Ambode, and of course the current governor, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, kept to that template. Hence, on the 24th of January 2023, an historic feat occurred in our state of Lagos as the first phase of the Lagos Blue Line was commissioned. With that singular act, Lagos became the first subnational in Africa, in fact, I dare say, anywhere in the world, to single-handedly fund such an audacious project on our balance sheet. The commissioning effectively announced to the world the completion of the first phase of the people-oriented project, which has 5 stations at Mile 2, Suru Alaba, Orile Igomu, National Theatre, and Marina. It has since commenced commercial operations, moving about 250,000 excited passengers daily. We give God the glory. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, exactly a year after that momentous accomplishment, we are here gathered today to inaugurate the first phase of the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Red Line. This time around, our president, a dearest son of the state of excellence and architect of many of the great initiatives we are pushing and nourishing today, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, takes the center stage of the inaugural rites. Today's historic achievement proclaims loudly our administration's commitment to upholding the sanctity of electoral promises, while seeking Lagosian support for our mandate. Under the banner of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, we pledge a total commitment to overhauling the transport infrastructure of Lagos State. Over 4.5 years later, it is obvious that we are actually walking the talk.
Foreign partners working closely with the Lagos State government are willing to strengthen collaboration ties at the state and federal level.
I would like to take this opportunity. Thank you, President, and your administration to place the trust and the confidence to Chinese community, business community, especially for CCECC. And also I want to thank you, Governor, my dear brother. You are not only the governor of Lagos State, you are also the change agent of the President's decision to make it a reality for this project. And also I want to take this opportunity to thank CCECC for their effort to contribute more to Nigeria development for the two countries' relationship. And also I like to say that this is people-centered project. This project is interest of the people. This is the President's vision. How can we do things for the people? Mr. President, we are still celebrating Chinese Lunar New Year, Dragon Year. In Chinese interpretation, dragon symbolizes auspiciousness, wisdom, and strength. Today, I think that is a good day, happy day. We are in the auspicious atmosphere. I also want to share my personal feeling to you about this Dragon Year for Nigeria. I try to use dragon, D is devotion. All the Nigerian Chinese, we can work together for our development. And also we can work together for the resilience to overcome difficulties. And the A, I think that we need accelerator. That means accelerate our development. And the O, I use words opportunity to seize opportunity for Nigeria. So I hope that this is my hope, 2024. Dragon could bring more things to Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to take this opportunity to share my thoughts. The infrastructure, industrialization, and the ICT are the key success factors for every nation's economic development. So I commend your decision maybe 20 years ago for this project. I also want to take this opportunity to work with you through, I use the three kinds of reform: the radical and the conservative and the moderate reform, and try to build our infrastructure and industrialize industry and also our ICT sectors.
For the host governor, the Strategic Transport Master Plan of Lagos outlined 6 integrated rail lines, out of which 2 has been completed, giving assurance of connecting more routes across the state.
Today marks indeed a day that history will not forget in a long time. But I know too well that history will be kind and be fair to you. Because today is not just an ordinary day. It's not just a day that we're thinking in the calendar. It's a day that God has ordained. Because by sheer coincidence, we are celebrating 9 months in office. And we're seeing, and we can begin to see what those 9 months have been for you. It is by sheer luck of poetic destiny you are here today, exactly 9 months after that swearing in, to breathe into life a vision that you started, a vision of progress, a vision of connectivity, a vision that is people-driven. As our governor 20 years ago, you breathed that vision. But today, as our president, you are here to see that vision come to reality. We want to thank God for your life. We want you to know that it's been a tough 9 months. But we are convinced because we know of what you are made of. We know what capacity, what capability you are made of. Because Lagos can continue and is continuing to see all of that. The country might be going through a lot, but we are convinced, given your sheer determination, given the audacity that you have, given your purposeful vision for this country, that by the time the story of this nation is being told, you, Mr. President, history will be fair to you. And it's no doubt that this moment is for Lagos. It's not just about us. It's about the teeming 25 million Lagosians that have believed and have held on to that vision. Indeed, today's event is a culmination of a long and painstaking journey of reforming our transportation sector. In the year 2003, you, Mr. President, established the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA, to coordinate and oversee transport policies and programs in Lagos State. Just December, 2 months ago, we celebrated LAMATA's 20th anniversary. I uniquely was privileged to be part of your administration that birthed LAMATA 20 years ago. On that, you've allowed a seamless movement of people and fuel economic growth and development of our state. I stand here very proud to say that the Lagos State Strategic Transport Master Plan that outlines what those integrated rail system stood for, which are 6 rail corridors, 1 monorail, 14 BRT corridors, and over 20 water routes on vast network of what is today the tiniest, smallest state in our country called Lagos State. We are indeed happy that that master plan is alive, is working. For the first time in the history of Lagos, we have a system comprising and integrating 3 modes of transportation. The road, which is the BRT that we're using, the rail, which is the Rail Master Transit Program, and the waterways through the statewide ferry service. Every day, millions and millions of Lagosians cross this integrated urban transportation infrastructure, uniting them into a world-class digital payment platform. Today, Mr. President, we have designed locally a cowrie card that over 4.2 million Lagosians have in their hand. This integration that has achieved a means of transportation means that every cowrie card carrying member can choose either to travel on a BRT bus, can choose to travel on any of our ferry services, can also choose to travel on our rail infrastructure. This is a platform that is working and is working well in Lagos. With the commissioning of the Lagos Rail Mass Transit, the Red Line, a 37-kilometer of modern engineering that stretches from Agbado, again in Ogun State, all the way to Oyingbo, and in the phase 2 will connect to National Arts Theatre. The segment we're inaugurating today spans 27 kilometers from Agbado through Iju, Agege, Ikeja, where we are, Oshodi, Mushin, Yaba, and Oyingbo. We started construction mid-2020, and I'm happy that all of these stations and all the infrastructure are ready, completed for the populace to use. As part of the project, we have also completed and constructed 5 overpasses. Mr. President, you will see overpasses that are strategically located at Mushin, at Ikeja along, you will see here, at Oyingbo, at Yaba, and of course at Penn Cinema. And we desire that vehicular flow will be eased because there will not be any vehicular intersection when the trains are moving. Mr. President, the Honorable Minister will also be speaking with you because there are 2 or 3 others that we're hoping that the federal government will support us with so that we can complete that entire node. We're on a long and exciting journey. Much has been accomplished, but there's still a lot more that we need to do ahead of us. There are a total of 6 lines that we have on our Lagos Rail Mass Transit system when fully developed. We have already started preliminary works on the next 2 rail projects, the Green Line and the Purple Line. The Green Line is a 71.4-kilometer rail from Marina all the way to the Lekki Free Trade Zone, one of the fastest growing industrial areas of our country, of our continent, that you, Mr. President, also birthed about 22 years ago. And we're happy that we're taking this rail corridor to that place. And also, we'll be setting where the Lagos Lekki Epe International Airport also will be birthing. The Purple Line is a 54.35-kilometer rail from Ojo, close to Alasu, all the way into Mowe, again, inside Ogun State, because we can't go anywhere. We have to continue to develop and push, our conversation into Ogun State. So these 2 rail projects are also at advanced stage, and we're pushing on the conversation.
Without wasting time, the state government shows commitment for the construction of the phase 2 of the Red Line by signing a memorandum of understanding with China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation, which will extend the rail operation to Marina. President Tinubu is excited about the achievements of Lagos State and says the delivery of the project validates his belief and desire to turn around the current economic situation of the country.
This is the dream realized. Thank you all very much. Thank all of you for the good welcome home for me. I'm happy that history of Lagos will remember all of us. I will be kind. I am very, very happy indeed that today is a day to remember, and that infrastructural history of our country, and particularly Lagos, my Lagos, the center of excellence. Today is an evidence that it's good to dream, and it's a serious validation of democracy by the people, for the people. When you put people people at the central focus of your vision and planning, you will realize the value of democracy. This is what we are here to do. Because 25 years ago, I was elected to lead Nigeria's most populous state, the smallest in land mass. Those were very different times when all that existed here was suppressed and aborted potential. From the grim beginning, my team and I toiled day and night to craft and to implement a developmental vision that will transform Lagos into the economic powerhouse of Africa and a respected mega city on the global stage. We are realizing that dream. The distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to declare to you that the momentum of greatness we kick-started a quarter of a century ago has since become an unstoppable force. It's not a crime to dream and dream big. Just stay focused and stay on course. Particularly make development the central focus. One of the ongoing transformations has been the transportation system. Focus on the people. This is one example of an agency out of bureaucracy that works. Well guided, well committed, a well-designed blueprint. It has worked across 4 administrations. It's about the quality of leadership. Lamata has demonstrated that agency can pay to succeed and work for the people if implemented and guided with a vision. And be committed to a larger value. From launching the bus rapid system to the ferry, massive upgrading of road network, Lamata, thank you very much. Well done. History of Lagos will be written with you in gold. I understand the digital payment system platform, single one, I can use for ferry service, use for rapid bus, the rail, but not for rice and beans. Today we are gathered for the inauguration of the second of the 6 rail lines planned as part of that launching, that vision then. And I must thank our political leaders here present for believing in us. These reforms that is ongoing, we're not looking back. Because it's about people, re-engineering, reconstruction, reaffirmation of our pledge to be loyal to our country. That's one thing I know, definitely, is that there's a very bright light at the end of the tunnel.
Speech is over. The president and other dignitaries make their way to the train to witness the inaugural train ride on the Red Line from Ikeja to Agege Station. Phase 1 of the rail infrastructure is 27 kilometers with 8 stations from Agbado to Iju, Agege, Ikeja, Oshodi, Mushin, Yaba and Oyingbo. When fully operational, it has the capacity to transport 250,000 passengers daily.
Well, this is what we call it today on this week's edition of the program Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Remember to obey all state laws and please keep our environment clean. And remember to always stay safe. Till next time, it's bye for now.